Hey guys, so today we are doing a Wet n Wild Disney Villains Ursula makeup tutorial. Ursula the Sea Witch. Okay, so if you have never seen one of my videos before, I like to start my makeup tutorials with blush because I think that everything that comes before that product is boring. So if you want to see any of the products that I already have on, they will always be listed in the description box along with the ones that I'm actually going to use in the video. So this is my second makeup tutorial in the series. I'm going to do four. I'm going to do one for each one of the Disney villains. And yesterday I did Maleficent. Today we're doing Ursula. So the first product I'm going to start with is the cream blush that is represented by Ursula, and it's called Sea Witch, which is appropriate. And it has a tentacle embossed on it. I almost hate to mess up these imprints because that's so cool. But yeah, this collection is so fun, so creative. Some of the colors are truly unique to my makeup collection, so I'm very happy that I bought as many pieces as I did from the collection because some of these are going to be really great to have just because they are so unique. So I'm going to grab my old Essence blush brush, and because there are two blushes that are part of this collection, there's a cream blush and then there's a jelly blush, and I want to be able to use both. I got to go real easy with this because this of the four cream blushes is the most pigmented because I did do swatches in the initial collection video that I did first, and I found out that this is the most pigmented. So if you just want to buy one and you want the one with the most pigmentation, it is important to note that this is the most pigmented. So I'm just gonna press my brush into this, and I'm just going to buff this in. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's not that pigmented. Yes, it is. I have to go easy because I'm going to use both blushes. Now, I'm not somebody that likes a lot of blush, so I would just stop right there if I was like doing my makeup normally, because to me that's about the right amount of color. But we're not going to stop there. So the jelly blush, and the packaging is so cute on these guys. The jelly blush, we're going to do that next. This one is called Blah Blah. And make sure that you keep these little caps that come with this because you have to have that on there to maintain like the consistency of it. But that's what the color is going to look like because just to look at it, it looks black, but that's the actual color right there. So don't be scared. All right, so I'm just gonna tap my brush into that, and we're gonna buff that right on top of the other blush. Okay. Now I have more on this side than I do on this side, so I'm gonna pick up some of that product onto the brush, try to even this out. All right, let's just do a tiny bit more then, because I want it to be symmetrical. Okay, now it doesn't seem to be twisting back down. Oh, great. So there's two caps for this, so make sure you get them both on tight. All right, I would say that's about even now, and it doesn't look too crazy, but this is as much pigment as I want on my cheeks. Now there is a jelly highlighter, and it just has like symbols like a tentacle, a seashell, and so forth that would represent Ursula's living in the ocean. And this is called Infamous, and it's the same situation. It has two caps, and this one is a light blue. Now, I noticed in yesterday's video when I did that makeup tutorial that when I did the tutorial, I said that it wasn't like a very obvious highlighter, but then when I was in different lighting throughout the day in different places, I could clearly see the highlighter. So it's just with this studio lighting that it can wash out highlighters a little bit, but these highlighters are definitely visible in more natural everyday lighting, so just keep that in mind. But isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm just going to go right across the top of my cheekbones and grab a highlighter brush and just give it a little bit of a blend. So yeah, something about the studio lighting makes it not show up that well, but it will be visible in real lighting. So yeah, don't go by what you just saw there, because this is very visible in regular lighting. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to move on to the eyeshadows now. Now, I've already primed my eyes with the Wet n Wild Megalast eyeshadow primer, and if you're looking for a translucent eyeshadow primer that is going to do the job for a very reasonable price, this is excellent, excellent eyeshadow primer. And we're going to use the Beautiful Destroyer palette, which is the same palette that we used for yesterday's video. In yesterday's video, I used all these. Today, we are going to do predominantly a purple and green. Yes, purple and green eyeshadow look. And you will notice when you look at Halloween collections that a lot of times you see purple and green, like a lime green, together. And I'm not sure who wrote the book on that or who made the rule that purple and green had to be in eyeshadow collections for Halloween, but yeah, you do see that a lot. So we're going to incorporate that together today. But first, we're going to go into this just everyday neutral crease type shade, and we're going to lay down a little bit of that first. So I'm going to grab a brush, and this is Moda, and we're just going to pick up some of that nice crease shade. So it's just like a beige crease shade. So I'm going to put some of that in the outer corner and crease, and right on the edge of the outer part of my eyelid there. And all this is going to do is it's just going to make it easier really to blend the eyeshadows that I put down on top of it and make them work better together. And it just blends in pretty nice with my skin tone. But yeah, that's a good color to start off with. All right, I'm going to put that brush aside, and then we're going to grab another brush. And I think I'm going to go with I'm going to take a Wet n Wild large shader brush, and we are going to go into that beautiful lime acid green type color. I'm just going to pick up some of that. And this is one of the mirrors that came with the collection. And we're going to put this on the lid. And I'm going to take this about 3/4, I would say, of the way across. Very pretty, very vibrant lime green color. It's got a nice shimmer to it. Okay, so I'm going to set that brush aside, and I'm going to take this small-ish fluffy blending brush. Oh, I didn't tell you the name of that green. It's called Spindle. And now we're going to go into the shade that's actually called Sea Witch, that purple. And we're going to pick that up with that brush. And we're going to go in the outer part of my crease and the outer part of my lid. And I'm kind of glad in a way that this shade is actually not that pigmented, because it'll make it that much easier to blend it and have it not go crazy. And this way I can blend the colors together more easily without it making more work for myself. So I'm just going back in and picking up a little bit more at a time. So we're actually going over that neutral beige shade that we did before. Yeah, if you start off with a shade like that first, it can sometimes make it a lot easier and less work for you with what you lay down on top of it. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time here. All right, I'm going to set that brush aside, and I'm going to grab I call it a detail brush, and we're going to go into, whoa, almost dropped the palette, don't do that. We're going to go into this teal color at the bottom here, which is called Flotsam. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that on my detail brush. And this is a matte teal. So I'm going to very carefully, starting at the outside corner, go right along my lash line and work my way in. I'm going to put that brush aside, and I'm going to take a clean brush. This one is by AOA Studio, which is from shopmissa.com. And we're going to go into Potion, which is this shade up here. And I'm going to pick up some of that. And we're going to put that on the brow bone. And that's just a glittery light, like lilac color. And we're going to put a little bit in the inner corner. Not a lot of pigment with this, just sparkle or shimmer. Glitter is what I want. Okay, I'm going to put that brush aside, and I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon Multi-Stick in Royal Scam. And this is a purple satin. And if you're not familiar with these, you can use these for whatever you want. Eyeliner, eyeshadow, lipstick, whatever. It's a multi-stick, so it works for everything. And I'm going to use this as an eyeliner because I want to put that on my waterline to kind of make the purple and teal and green and everything pull together. These go on so nice, you guys. No tugging, no pulling. And yeah, this way I've got the more of a cohesiveness with these colors. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and do the other eye. Curl my lashes, apply mascara, and then we're going to add the lip product. Be right back. Okay, guys, so we are moving on to the lips. Now, they released plumping lip glosses with this collection, and I got to tell you right up front, they've got a bit of a burn to them. So if you are not into that, you know, this might not be the lip product for you, but they are very sparkly, very shimmery, and very beautiful, actually. And I think this purple one, which is called Totally Twisted, is going to just tie into this purple and green and teal eye look beautifully. It should work. Now, I don't like to line my lips or put any kind of a base lipstick. I like to just use this on its own. I think it's really pretty just by itself. But, you know, you do what you want to do. If you want to add a lip liner or a lipstick or whatever, then that's up to you. But I just think it's so pretty just on its own. And that just ties the whole thing together, I think. So I really like the way this look turned out. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because it helps my channel when you do. And that's it for my Ursula Wet n Wild Disney Villains makeup tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.